The political earthquake heard around the world, that is Javier Milei being elected to the presidency of Argentina. He is a anarcho-capitalist, libertarian, first of his kind. And if he can get things done in Argentina, it could change the whole entire landscape of Latin America. He's an economist, he understands how things work, and he has, outlined exactly what he wants to do, which is get rid of the central bank, get rid of the peso, and dollarize the economy. Many people speculate that he could be adopting Bitcoin in the future because if you look at it, he's abandoning one regular central bank for another central bank, which you can't even control. So I think the end game, is Bitcoin, and maybe he doesn't want to be too controversial, or he didn't want to, the economic hitman finding him. So he hasn't said he's going to adopt Bitcoin, but all paths, I think, lead to Bitcoin. And the sooner your economy, your country adopts Bitcoin, the better off it is. And if you look at the economic miracle that is happening in El Salvador right now, with their just GDP, everything exploding, public works, and other, citizens of Latin American countries are just seeing their economies crash, government corruption, and just poor leadership. People want what El Salvador has, and I think once Argentina adopts this, their economy is going to take off. They have all the infrastructure, all the potential to be an economic powerhouse in Latin America. So Argentina isn't a small El Salvador. It is the third largest economy in Latin America, and if they adopt Bitcoin and sound money, free market for money, their economy is going to take off, and the rest of Latin America is going to follow suit. So there's going to be problems in the short term because with Javier Milei, these policies, he's ripping the band-aid off, and you're going to have, maybe a short-term economic crash. The peso could collapse in the short period of time. There's going to be a lot of volatility, especially, people are taking the buses, the trains, and they're all subsidized by, the government, which is printing money. And once that subsidy ends, people's cost on these items and transportation could double, triple, and you're going to have a lot of unhappy, people in Argentina. But I think the short-term pain is going to be worth the long-term gains for Argentina and, bringing in a real economy and not just printing money and subsidizing everyone. So, unfortunately, like America and a lot of countries, these politicians, they want to get reelected and they do stuff for short-term gains, but they don't implement real economic changes, that might hurt, in the short term, but be good for the country in the long term because everyone's just focused on, getting, reelected. So we will see if Javier Milei can stay true, and pull off, the impossible and, bring Argentina back to its glory. So I'm rooting for him, and I hope he takes a hard look at Bitcoin and how it can energize, his economy, just like it did with El Salvador. So we're rooting for him. So follow me, the Bitcoin Capitalist, and if you're interested in Bitcoin mining and ATMs, check out my link in the bio.